Hi everyone. How is everybody? Okay. Um, my dog wants to say hi right away. 1 second. Let me go live on Instagram. Such a okay. Go live. Copy. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. Um, maybe that will do it. Hi everyone. Hi. Sorry, I'm trying to go live on Instagram. It won't let me copy. Hello. Oh, maybe I need to do that. I know. Okay, and then I think I need to do that. Okay. Hi. This should work. Still not working. Okay. Ah, there. It just takes a while. Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, let me get my dog because he's looking at me already. Wait, baby. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're heavy. Okay. Let me get my. There you go. Okay. The things that I have to do for you, baby. Let's put this down so that we can see you a little bit. There you go. Hi. Say hi. But you only got one. Okay, so people are having problems with their tickets. We have several people looking for tickets for LA. Does anybody? I'm trying to get two tickets, but I only got one for 717. Wait, I think I have someone who told me that she's letting go of a ticket. Beth, how much is your budget though? Okay, so hi Evie, Beth, Carmi, Darren. It has been exhausting for everybody. It has been exhausting for everybody. Carmi, anyone with extra tickets for sale need to you have to say which venue, which city you're looking for, and if you have a preferred date. So okay, everybody, tell me how many tickets you need and what stop, like what city, and if you have a preferred date, and if you have a budget, of course. Okay. Hi, Carmi, Shelling, Carol, Beth, Halina, Darren. Okay. OSP, Carol Faye, Tisa, Ann Shoulder, Reg, Dawn Marie, Angel Star, Lily, ML, Kathleen, Bang Luna, Nigma Price, Mel, May is on Twitter, Arlene, Soft Soap, Dodger Girl, Sylvia, Elaine, Rachel, Salmar, Namhar, Z, Kanitra, Gemini, Orchid, okay, V Heart, Robin, Warren, Nikon Lady, Leah from Cali with Love. Don't forget to like the video. Banguna is reminding everybody. Jelma, Personal Space, Hand Painted Paints, Celeste, Jelma. Okay, Angel Star, Lindsay. That was me. Carla girl. Hi, Debak. They're saying hi to you. They said hi. He likes what I'm doing. He likes it when I'm scratching his ear. Okay, Melanie, Rebecca, Share Your Love, Amari, Spanody, Ray, Eliz, Pinayonce, Kay, Michelle, Lily, Hoan, Marie, Lawrence, kamusta po? Mabuti naman. Ray, Lindsay. Okay, so who are looking for tickets? If you're looking for tickets for for Jin's tour, you have to mention what city and your preferred date. And if you have a cap, Anaheim Friday for two. Anaheim Friday, okay. There's someone who texted me. I think it was someone who DM'd me on Twitter that she's letting go of. Oh, it's just for one ticket. I think she's here. This person is she's actually here. If it's the right person. Um yeah. So we have, so is that LA, Anaheim? So yeah, I have, okay. So if anybody is looking, if anybody's letting go of two tickets for Anaheim, but wait, there are still some tickets for Anaheim. No? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of uh I can't afford your saving. Oh, Michelle. Yeah, it's Michelle. Michelle is but she's letting go of only one, not two. She's letting go of just one. Yeah. Okay, I got two tickets. Oh, Michelle has two tickets. Okay, so the two of you should connect. Who was that? Uh Michelle, wait, who was that? Who was that person saying that? Oh, Carmi. Carmi 13. Michelle Sheffings is letting go of two tickets in LA. So the two of you should talk. You should, are you able to message each other? I'm assuming so, right? You should search for her on X. On X. She's on X. Okay. My live has now been a what do you call that? Live selling? Live selling. Live selling platform. Okay, so the two of you should connect. Did Jin sell out Dallas and NJ, or are there are still some tickets left for NJ, and I think there are a few tickets left for Dallas. Floor seating section 206. Floor seating. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of NJ. Okay, the two of you should connect. Carmi 13, Michelle Sheffings, she's letting go of two tickets. No tickets nor any hope to go. Hi everybody. Okay, so I was able to actually get what I wanted. I was able to get floor tickets. QVC. I am now QVC, correct? So I was able to get two tickets. Sorry, not two tickets. So I will be. We some of us will be going to the first day. We have a suite, all paid for, all secure. We're all very happy and very excited, and it's also lower level suite. And then for day two, I was able to get VIP floor tickets, and I bought some boots that's like 8 inches. So on the day itself, I'll be 5'8". It's the only hope that I have for me to be able to see Jen. Because for the second day for J Hope, I was a friend of mine actually gave me floor tickets, and I just forgot that I'm small. So I just forgot that I'm super short. And so I could barely see him. I had to like peek through the heads of people just for me to see J Hope. I was really close. But if you have like 5'10", 5'8", 5 whatever 7'2" people right in front of you, you have no hope. And so I actually had to like play, what do you call that game where you're trying to look at the hide and seek, just for me to be able to see J Hope. So this time I actually bought boots. It's 8 inches. I pasted a picture on WhatsApp. I just bought it. So I don't know how I'm actually, so I don't think I can walk on them. So I will definitely be No, I'll be wearing it only on the show. So I'll actually hand carry it inside, and then yeah, and then just wear it during the show and then take it off. I mean, there's absolutely no way I would actually walk on them. So but it's funny, when I was buying it, it was like 8 inches. So now I will know how Yunjin actually feels, because Yunjin is like 5'8", 5'8.5", right? I will know how she feels. Um, oh, Carla Girl said that after 11 years with BTS, I finally got sound check day one and club seats day two. I logged in at 1 a.m. and 4:29. I just stay logged in until pre-sale. Oh, wow. Jelma, I will only wear the boots during the show. That's the only time I will wear the boots during the show. And then after that, I won't walk on them. I will literally just stand on them. Okay. Lily is on the chats in LAS. Good luck on the boots. I'm afraid. I will not walk on them. I will not walk on those boots. Not 8 inches. My God, 2 inches and I trip. I have never worn heels when I have not tripped. So that's the reason I actually don't wear heels, because I would always trip. So there's just absolutely no way in hell I would walk on them. Good luck with the heels. Take care. Remember to use them a lot before I won't walk on them. And I bought bigger ones. So my shoe size is actually 6. I'm actually just 5.5, but I guess for comfort, I usually buy 6. And but this time I actually bought 7, because I was thinking like if it's too right, I would, yeah. So I bought 7, even though I usually just wear 6. Beth Davidson, do you have extra VIP ticket? I do not. I just bought one because that was the only one left. I had another one. So I did something. I accidentally, just when the ticketing started, I accidentally refreshed, and so I went back at the back of the line. So I was like 9,800 or something. I was like, oh my god, I will not get the tickets that I want. And then I just stayed logged in. I stayed logged in, and I was thinking like, because I was watching the tickets, and I realized that there will be some like 100, you know, section hundreds, like section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I thought like, okay, if I don't get the floor ticket that I want, I will just get one of those. I'll be fine. And so I just waited, and then just as when I was about to give up, I would exit and then rejoin, and then just as when I was about to give up, 2 tickets popped up, and it was VIP. And then I clicked on the first one. It disappeared right when I clicked it. And I immediately clicked the other one, bought it, paid for it. And it was, yeah, it was VIP. It's my first BTS concert. Do you recommend buying earplugs? No, absolutely not. No, no, no. Don't. Okay. I'm happy for the ones who go. I can't go to see my bias. Who's your bias, Hoan? Yes, you can check Twitter. There are many tickets left. Oh, there they said there. So I think I for sure there are still some tickets left for New Jersey. And then if you're desperate, I have some people who actually came forward who just wanted to let go of their tickets. Two of them just overbought, because one of them actually she was alone, but whenever she would check one person to buy just one ticket, Ticketmaster was giving her a hard time, and so she decided to just buy two, and so she's letting go of one. It was good. And one is floor, and it's like, and just they're selling it for at price, like, so first check Ticketmaster, but if you don't, then there are some tickets in Patreon. I wanted VIP. Michelle said, "Congratulations on seeing Jin. I know I'm so excited." And then I will finally be. I have a headband of his character, and so I'll be able to wear that. I wanna buy like a hoodie of him. You don't need earplugs for Jin, but you might need them for the people screaming in your ear. We're very, very excited for it. Right, baby? We're very excited. Oh, sorry. Are you not convenient? There you go. Okay. There you go. You can now. Okay. He has officially opened his OnlyFans. I've not visited it, right? I uploaded some content of his, like some of his adventures, but he now formally has an OnlyFans account. I don't know how to promote though. Like there are some hacks, right? So for your account, I don't know how to promote. How do I promote your account, baby? Hoodie in July. I well just as a costume. Gin prices were very good. I hope BTS tour will do the same. Coldplay recommend everyone to wear earplugs. Happy for all of you who managed to snag tickets. Hi you all. I'm being offensive as F today. So be careful out there. You're being offensive? Why? Hi you all. Okay, hi. Why are you being offensive? I'm being offensive. Okay. Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? As someone who has been okay, as someone who has hearing damage after a loud concert, I recommend earplugs designed for concert. Have heard they work. Well, haven't been to a concert since to bother getting okay. So I guess there are earplugs for concert. Fire Butterfly, it's a whole story on Patreon. Yes, being sassy. Okay, I haven't been to Patreon. So from work, I went directly to prepare. Well, I had to stay actually longer at work for some stuff. And so it cut on my time to prepare for today. Okay, so we have some things to talk about. Were you able? Okay, so how many of you was able to see the latest or was able to listen in to the quarterly revenue report of HYBE? Were you able to listen to the quarterly revenue report to their stockholders? And also for New Jersey, no chance to see it yet. Okay, I'll give you the thank you. Oh, Beatrice, thank you. Uh, thank you. You're crocheting while listening. I wish I know how to crochet. So, okay, so I will give you the link. They usually post it on their website. Oh my god, my horrible bangs. Okay, so you usually post it on their website, but I will be uploading on Patreon. Oh, thank you. Oh, but Debak, you have I can now buy you a bow tie. She wants a bow tie on you. Okay, maybe that's for your in preparation for your for your Patreon. Okay, so you will have a picture where you're wearing nothing but a bow tie. How is that? How sexy is that? When you're just wearing a bow tie. You think a lot of people will subscribe because of that. Okay. Thank you. All right. So on Patreon, so the format of the report is Korean and then somebody will translate it in English. On Patreon, I will be uploading the cut where it's only the audio of English translation. So it's a little shorter because his username in Patreon is only po. Only porn, but the porn is PAWN. You have such a unique porn star name. Okay, so okay, so on Patreon, you will be able. I will upload. I was supposed to upload it before we start, but it's just I didn't have enough time. So I will be uploading the cut where it's just the English translation, and so you can listen to it. It's a little shorter, about 30 minutes, and then there's just a hitch. There's going to be two files, primarily because I caught too early. And so the last answer to the last question, the half of it will be a separate file, but it's just one entire thing. So it's actually a very, very good report. I will discuss it. Um, and then have you watched the interview of J Hope by ZANE LOWE. Have you guys watched it? It's one of the best ever interviews. Hi Boy live streamed it. Yeah. And it's still uploaded on their website. So you can access it anytime. Um I had no idea this was Bora account. What do you mean Bora account? Uh, I'm so happy I got tickets for both nights in Tampa. I wanted sound check, but I was told that there would be no sound check. In Tampa, they always have sound check. They always have sound check. Okay, baby, you have to go down. Say bye bye. Promote your OnlyFans. Only porn. Porn. Only porn. Only porn. That's his nickname. Only porn. Okay. Say bye bye, baby. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Okay. He's ready to go down. Bye, they're back. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. All right. And then we will only pause. And then we will talk about yes, he's now back in his space. And then we will talk about what life have I joined. It's only porn. I think it's only porn. That's the name that I used. Okay, so outside of that, we're also going to talk about the new single of Cat's Eye and Meow. So I was told it's not Mauve because that's how I've been pronouncing it, but I was told it's actually Meow. So let's talk about it because it was such. I know they've been getting a lot of flack on online. Debak t-shirts. Should I sell Debak t-shirts on OnlyFans? Do you think people will buy it? And then should I sell it for like $100? Really expensive. Uh, it was amazing interview. Zane Lowe is very good and loves BTS, and he's very respectful. And he's also a very good interviewer. Like he's so smart. Fire Butterfly said, "Yes, can I design them? Of course." I have never thought I would actually sell Debak t-shirts, but of course. Okay. Um, yes. So tomorrow, by the way, another news that I have for you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to interview someone who is in the distribution business, so music distribution. He actually has a store of his own, like a record store where you can walk in and actually buy records. So I'll interview him, and then I will be interviewing somebody who used to work for YouTube and for Facebook. Um, and uh and I'll be interviewing him tomorrow. So we'll talk about like the algorithm. You'll be able to finally get the answers to your question as to why somebody is being blocked, by being shadow banned, why are certain acts getting a lot of views, commercials and stuff like that. So I'll ask him all about it. I will post their profile on Patreon. If you have questions, let me know. Okay, Joanna, at the Fairlane, I didn't get a chance to get Jin's ticket at Newark, but I got Jim in the Truth Untold in New York, and I'm going to JK Golden next week. Hopefully, I can get last minute Jin's ticket. Joanna, there's still Joanne. Sorry, not Joanna. Joanne, there's still some tickets in Ticketmaster, so you might want to check that out. But as I've said, there are some people who are letting go of their tickets and they're just selling it at cost. I posted two. One is actually great. Well, there are two tickets there that are pretty great. One is section. Should I show you? But check Ticketmaster first because you might. But it doesn't matter because they're selling at cost anyway. Prudential. I'll also like show you where I'll be. I'm so proud I was able to buy tickets even though I went in late. Okay, here. I was late, but I was able to buy tickets. The one that I want, tickets that I want. Okay. Where are you? But there are still, if it's New Jersey that you're looking for, there are a lot, not a lot, but there are still some on Ticketmaster. So check that first. That should be your first option. We need, maybe we need connections from Ticketmaster in preparation for for OT7. Fairlane, come back to earth. Poppy t-shirt need to be limited quantity, high value, not $100 teehee. Not $100 holler teehee. Come back to earth. Okay, wait. So I'll be here in C. I'll be at C. And then I bought that 8-inch platform shoes. And then someone's selling one at like here, row one, section 7. I think here. Oh, you're not seeing my screen. Okay. So it's row one, section 7, and then one is floor, letter D. So, but check Ticketmaster first so that we sell out the we sell out the venue. So that's the priority. Only if you don't have like a choice, like maybe the tickets on Ticketmaster are like up there. So maybe I can check. Let's check before we start talking about stuff. What are you, New Jersey? What day are you looking at? What day are you looking at for Ticketmaster for New Jersey? Ah, it's gonna ask me to authenticate. Oh, there you go. Wait. Okay, let's look at tickets. Um, I want to warn everyone. I have viewed a lot of hate against Jungkook. Please, everyone, do not engage or click on their videos. Yes, and don't click any video that is like hating on any member in general. Okay, this is weird. So okay, let's go to where is that? Uh, Before we go to that, maybe we should. So there are still some tickets, you see? Standard tickets. It's just that it's high above there. Oh no, there are still some tickets here. There. Tickets there. It's not a lot, but you can this is 440. Okay. So if you're who was that who asked? So that one that I chose is in the middle of like lower box, but it's 449. It's the same price as the floor tickets that we have on Patreon, but check Ticketmaster first. Okay. If I find VIP tickets at Jersey, I'm willing to give up, sell my Anaheim tickets. Fairlane Zane interview, a Fairlane Zane So I actually want to do like interviewing the interviewer. I want to approach people that are interviewing celebrities or artists, and I want to interview them. So let's try Zane. Let's see if he will agree. I'll approach him. One thing that I actually often do, even when I was like applying for jobs when I was still starting out, is I always punch above my weight. Is that the right term? I punch above my weight, even though I know I'm not qualified. I still go for it. And in my head, I'm like, if you make a step, you always have that 0.0001% chance of making it. But if you don't attempt, if you don't try, then you have 0% of making it. And so I would still try, I'd still do it. And then later on, I learned that that is actually more common among men. that men would be actually the ones who would do it. Like even though they know they're not qualified, they would still do it. They would still apply for it, and then they'll just learn on the job. So I did not know that. It's just that someone told me about it. Okay. It's crazy nobody is talking about the shade Jimin is getting right on X. No, Holly, we've been talking about it for for two different streaming. And so we've all agreed the one thing about this group, or at least this channel, and the people that we attract, is that we just want to support all members, and we try to, as much as possible, keep it positive. And the best way to do that is by, number one, not joining the hate, and not amplifying the fight that's going on, and concentrating on the strengths of the members. And so in the last two live streams, we've actually talked about supporting RM, because that is the call that everyone's making. So in this new single that he's about to release, his collaboration with Tablo, we said that we're going to support it. And if that single does not uh, do better than he usually does on the charts, then we know what this entire thing is about. And yeah, and then we'll in the succeeding live streams, we'll talk about Jimin. We just don't wanna, like, join. I don't want to trigger people. That's, a lot of people come to my channel because they just want to support the music of BTS. And if we divert away, if we move away from the music, if we do not concentrate on the music and their projects, then it'll just be a hate fest. And that's not good. It's not good for us. It's not good for our mental health. It's also not good for BTS and the members, right? So it's always better if our concentration is on their music and on their achievements more than anything else. So I for me, I don't dictate what anybody's going to do. I always say, just vote who you want to vote, and try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. Like, if you go to our Patreon, it's always about, oh, how do I vote more? How do I create more accounts, or who's leading or whatever, but nobody is hating on anybody for voting anybody. So it's just because that's, I initially, really, what I thought was that when this voting started, I thought it was going to be like a fun thing for armies, talking about like creating more accounts, or how do I create more accounts, or people venting because they couldn't vote or something, or that they have to do something for the day so they won't be able to vote, and getting pissed about it. I did not know this fight was going to happen. Like, all the fun that I thought I was going to experience just flipped. So when you go to my channel, that's just what I try to do. Let's just remain positive. Let's just concentrate on their music, their achievements. And we're very excited because we have 58 days left. Is it 58 or 57, until the seven of them complete their military, until the five members complete their military service? The last one to come out would be Suga. Before that, it would be the four, right? So I want to concentrate on that. And then we have J Hope still has a tour. He still has one more single coming out, and Jin is going to go on a tour. And we're now, like, just making plans so that we can meet, we can have fun. And when the five of them are out, and when the seven of them are together, we're all going to be there to celebrate, right? That's what we're going to be doing. We love our boys, and we're supporting their music. Okay, so let's talk about. We want to talk about. I want to talk about three things: the Zane Lowe interview, the Hybe report, and the Cat's Eye and Meow singles. Let's do the Hybe report first. How's that? Do you want to do that?
2025 first quarter earnings.
Okay. Do you want to do that? Hi, Miss Kim. I wonder what BTS are going to do for Festa. I think this is just my gut feel. I don't think they will. The only time that they've celebrated Festa without BTS is when they were serving the military. So remember, it was just RM who actually went to the venue, and the rest weren't there. And Jungkook actually gave him a call. So my gut feel is that they are going to have like the usual celebration. Um, but I think as a group, they will come out as a group, seven of them, when Suga is actually out. So they might do something when Suga is already out. Okay, all right. So Hi released their quarter one financial report, and so this is 2025 financial report. So they are up year on year, meaning compared to quarter one of 2024, they are up, way up in net profit. So Q1 of 2024, Q1 of 2024, the net profit was $11 million, and this billion. And here it's 55. So they are way up. Okay. And even compared to last quarter, or that's, although that's not a good comparison, but if you compare to last quarter, they still are, they doubled their revenue, net profit. So it's a good sign, of course, especially because there's a lot of problems that happened in the first quarter, specifically with New Jeans and Minhee Jin. So a lot of people, especially in the last, when they went down in the last quarter of 2024, everyone said it was because of New Jeans and all these problems that were happening. But so this is sort of a redemption for them. So here. So they are, and of course, the mere fact that BTS isn't back yet, although two of the members are already active. So HYBE's revenue soared 39% year on year, record of 349 million in Q1, driven by tours, merch, which is a good sign, by merch of 17, J-Hope, and Hypen, and other stars that they have, the Seraphim, I'll it. Okay, so this is an article that was published, and this is the summary of what happened. South Korean entertainment. Okay, so High reported an approximately 348.4 million at current exchange rate in first quarter revenue, um, quarter one of 2025. And then this marked a recovery from Q1 of 2024, when Hive's revenue dropped 12.1 year on year. And then concert revenue emerged as the standout performer because they had a lot of people actually doing tours in first quarter of 2021, and that includes J-Hope. Okay. Um Wait, I think I have something on my teeth. Okay. Just tell me if I have something on my teeth. Do the earnings show how fans are looking forward to BTS's comeback? It does not. It That usually is reflected on the estimate of the, so in the US we have the New York Stock Exchange, right? And Nasdaq. But here they have a Kospi, and then they have securities, several other financial institutions that would make estimates depending on what they anticipate the company is going to do, and depending on how the investors are actually feeling about the company. Okay, so number one contributor of the revenue would be concert. And then there's also merchandising, which is a big leap. And this is a big thing for them because artist contribution, art indirect. So there are two major sources of income for Hive. They divided into two: indirect contribution and direct contribution. So indirect involvement of the artist would be CDs, concert, anything where the artist has to do something or directly do something in order to sell something. That's direct involvement. Indirect involvement is when merchandise, when they don't have to directly be involved in selling the stuff. So merchandise, photo not photo bomb, we call that as light stick, so stuff like that. Or even the IPs that they create, like for example BT21, if that IP gets bought by somebody or rented by somebody or used by somebody, those all of those things, that would be indirect involvement. So the indirect involvement actually had a huge leap year on year. Okay, so here, so the company's indirect involvement segment, which includes merchandising, licensing, content, and Weaver's fan platform, reported a revenue of 124 million, 23.7 increase year on year. So remember from the first quarter of 2024, their indirect involvement revenue went up 23.7%. That's a huge leap. Okay. Weavers posted 10 million monthly active users. So this is usually paid. They consider you an active user if you are a paying customer, up from 9.4 million in Q4 of 2024 and 9.2 million Q1 of 2024. Okay. They had a lot of major things going on, like the listening party service. They are now competing with Station Head. Okay, so all right, let's go through some of the major things that they mentioned during the call. Again, if you go to their website, if you go to HYBE'S website, you go to investor section, it is still there. They usually upload the call. This is a voice call, and everyone who are shareholders of HYBE, you can actually listen. You have a direct link, but everybody else can listen. It's just that you can't participate in the discussion. Okay, major highlight is streaming, which is a big leap and a big development because a huge chunk of their earnings of direct involvement actually came from streaming. And this was a huge problem even during the beginning of BTS's entry to the Western market, because a huge chunk of the money or the earnings of BTS was actually coming from sales, not necessarily streaming. But for the first time, they reported an incredible increase in the streaming revenue. So people are actually starting to earn from revenue, from streaming. And that's usually the lowest and most insignificant source of revenue for an artist, streaming. So for them to say that this is actually now a significant part of their earnings, it means that they're actually making huge headways when it comes to streaming. And a huge contributor of that would, of course, be J-Hope and Jin. Jin's Running Wild entered Billboard Hot 100 at number 53. And then Mona Lisa went to number 65 on Billboard Hot 100. And that would be his seventh entry. He officially ties Jungkook as the member with the most number of Billboard Hot 100 entries. Okay. So yes, they are Billboard kings. And also other groups, like for example, the Seraphim actually entered Billboard Hot 100 twice, and this was purely organic. So a lot of great things. So to support the growth of list of streaming of Weavers are not Weavers artists, Hybe artists. Weavers actually launched Listening Party. So the good thing about this is that they're actually doing it in partnership with Spotify, and they will soon launch their partnership with different US based streaming platforms like Apple Music, Amazon Music, and even Tidal. So that means that if you participate in the listening party in Weavers, that counts to the streams of the songs of the artist. Very similar to how Station Head is actually doing it. So remember, during the early years of armies, we would actually count on streaming services like Station Head, so that for them to actually host streaming parties where you connect your account to that platform, and then the platform streams it on your device. Now, Weavers actually developed the same capacity. So if you join the listening party, then your stream will count towards the streams, and of course on the chart. Okay. Maybe now that Spotify is making money, they'll playlist our guys better. Maybe. But I think they really want you to pay for that. Okay, so that's a big contribution. It's a big development, a big thing that they developed. I think it didn't something like that, it doesn't really require a lot of money to develop, and so for them to actually do it, that's a huge thing. That means they didn't put in a lot of money, but they're going to get more money in return. And eventually they are going to provide more services that is sort of going to help in boosting the streams and the capacity of artists to bring their music directly to their listeners. Okay, so that's one, listening party and the increase of streams. Second is the elevation of concert experience. And this was something that they really emphasized during the call. So, according to them, all of HYBE artists for Q1 altogether made, I think, 110 concerts altogether. And these are some of the people that actually, some of the artists that actually started their tour or ended their tour during Q1. So, of course, we know that J-Hope started his. Jin is going to start his, and then you have 17, Tomorrow X Together, Tomorrow and Together, and Hypen. Le Seraphim also started theirs, and Team, Boy Next Door, and I'll It will probably start their tour at the end of the year. And so they enumerated the number of concert per artist. So 33 for J-Hope. That means he's going to have at least two encore. 18 for Jin. And let's remember, let us not forget that Jin, according to him, did this on a whim. So everything was rushed. That's why he couldn't find the right venue, because he just woke up one day and told the team, I want to have a tour. And they made it happen. So stop blaming BTS members for things that you does not agree with what you want. They're doing the things that they want to do, and Big Hit is trying their best to make it happen, even if it means rushing an entire freaking world tour. Okay, right? 17 had 8 concerts in 4 cities and stadium tour in Asia. So they have always been big in Asia. 23 concerts for Tomorrow X Together, 20 concerts for N-Hypen, 17 concerts for Le Seraphim, 14 for N-Team, and Boy Next Door, 23. For Le Seraphim, it just started. Okay, I'm surprised that 17 has so little stops. This is just for Q1. They're just talking about Q1. As far as I don't follow 17 very, very closely, but as far as I understand, 17's tour ended last year, and they just had 4, and this new stops were actually for their units. Okay. All right. So, but this is big. 150 shows for all of the acts for this acts under Hybe. Okay. Now they emphasize, because they have a Q&A portion, and one of that there's like I'll talk about some of the funny moments. At least I found it funny for me. But someone asked about concerts. So they said, like, what are you doing to make sure that the spending on concerts would be efficient? So one thing that people have to remember is that Big Hit is actually, well, Hybe is actually a newcomer in the US. By all measures, they still are a startup, right? It's a startup company. And so for when you're a startup, it's natural for you to not have a lot of bargaining power, because you're still just starting out. So one of the questions that the stakeholders or the stockholders actually asked is, what are you doing to make sure that you're maximizing our revenue? It's our, because she's a stakeholder, she's a stockholder. So our revenue when it comes to concerts. And so one of the things that the CEO mentioned is the fact that when you're a newcomer, you're learning new things. And of course, you're new, so you don't have that relationship yet, right? So, of course, it's going to be more expensive. And you're just establishing your network, your contacts, you're just establishing your office in the US. However, they said that because a lot of Hybe artists tour, they actually have bigger bargaining power, because if they're going to use the same supplier, then it allows them to it allows them to negotiate the costs. So that's one. But he emphasized that they cannot only consider the efficiency and the revenue, because if they do, then the quality of the concerts will go down, and the experience of the concert goers will go down, and the concert goers will not want to go back. I know this is true because there is an artist, I'm not going to say who is super known for the quality of the person's performances. Don't want to put a gender because then you'll be able to guess who I'm talking about. And so, and I've actually mentioned that artist several times. And so when that artist actually went on a tour, I watched, because I was actually able to watch that artist once. And so I was like, oh, I'm not really a huge fan of this artist. I want to see again. And I was just hugely disappointed. And I don't want to go back again because I just don't like the quality of the concert. I don't like the performance itself. I don't like the stage. I don't like how it was organized. And so I don't want to go back. So even if that artist tours again, I'm not going to go back. So I totally get what the CEO is saying. It's not just about the revenue, because that's very short term thinking. They need to think about the quality of the concert itself. And that is why J Hope had this super elaborate set. And of course, everything is organized. You have to admit that when it is a HYBE concert, it's way more organized than others. Not always, but way more than others. Okay. Now, a lot of people are guessing. The one thing that you have to remember when they are discussing things like this is that the company, HYBE specifically for this one, is that they want to make sure that their stakeholders are happy, right? They're satisfied, that they know there's something big that's about to happen, and that the company is going to grow, and that they are investing in the right place, and that is HYBE. But also, they don't want to give away too much. And so they kind of play the field where they're just giving enough information, and it's up to you to sort of guess, not really guess, but analyze what it is that they're really saying. Now, in the move, while people, especially Gen Z, move their experience towards digital products, meaning they're much more attuned with digital experiences, social media, metaverse. What will happen to concert is that it's going to become a premium experience in the future. So it's going to be way more expensive. But for you to be a good player, a standard player, and a company that everyone wants to work with, if for you to be able to be in that position, you need to deliver great experiences. And that's what HYBE is doing. They're trying to master the art of concerts, turning it into a festival so that in the future fans will not stop watching them. It's actually going to be a big event because they would know that if it is hype, it's a good concert, it's a good festival, it's a celebration of the art and the artist, and not just one night of singing and dancing. Okay, now another thing that they already announced is the launch and the debut by Beatrice is the debut of Big Hit's new boy band. So they are going to debut quarter 3. They've already started the pre-marketing. So word is already going around. They're starting to go on ground, whispering to people, oh, this is going to be a member of the group. Everyone already knows the members of the group. So they've done their pre-marketing already. This is a pre-launch. But the bigger thing is what it actually reflects on the company. They're actually doing a very different approach with this new boy band because they're not keeping them a secret. In fact, the members are out in the open. They've already released the credits. This five, they have writing, choreography, and songwriting credit. Sorry, production, songwriting, and choreography credits within HYBE. One of them already helped in the writing and the production of Magnetic, a lesser of him song. So they've participated in the production, songwriting, and choreography, and they want the world to know about it. In fact, in the call, they emphasize that this is something new because the members were honed in production and there was pre-marketing, meaning they built the fan base before they debuted the group. This is a different approach than what they did with TXT and with BTS. With BTS, they actually hid one member until the day of the launch, but this, they released them. They were like leaking left and right to make sure that they create enough buzz, and there is buzz. So as I've said, they were good. They were big in emphasizing that these five members already have production, songwriting, and choreography credits. Okay, so they said that they will they will debut third quarter of this year, and they said that they will create music that has never been heard before, although every company says that. But at least the mere fact that they have writing credits, production credits, and choreography credits in some of the biggest songs of Hybe, then that's a good sign. Okay, no name yet, but they said that these are some of their credits, but they said that they are going to debut third quarter of this year. Okay, they are going to work with Allen Universe. Okay, do you guys know or subscribe to this YouTube channel? A Loners Association. I don't think that's the name though. Okay, are you familiar with Allen's Universe? Okay, let me show you Allen's Universe. So this YouTube channel has 90 million subscribers. And he essentially produces his own content. And there are he uses real life characters and combines it with AI, with animation, with Photoshop. Okay, so I will share them with you. No, that's not it. Okay, so this is the YouTube channel. They are going to work with this guy in order to create a new boy band. No, 95 million, not 19 million, 95 million. He has 95 million subscribers here. Or 91.2, sorry. 91.2 million subscribers. And he is doing it all on his own in the beginning. Now he has a staff because it's a big channel now. But he produces like skits, drama, animation, and they're working, and his target market is Gen Z. I have never, before I heard it from them, I have never heard of this channel. I've never even encountered this channel. But they said that they're going to work with this guy in order to create a new boy band or girl group that is specifically catered to Gen Z. And I'm like, we're doomed. Okay, but that's the point. That's what they want to do. I don't know if it's true. I mean, I'm sure it is true that they're actually going to work with this guy, but I don't know. I don't know who. I mean, I don't know what they're going to be doing. So they just announced it that they are going to do this. Okay, let me close some tabs so that I'm not overwhelming my system. Okay, where am I?
Call. This is Imyeon.
Okay, so Alan's Universe. Try to visit his YouTube channel and just check out his work. I can't say much because I have not watched any of his work. Um, this seems contrived, trying to create a boy band this way. They should look at artists on YouTube that are already good. Miss Kim, I totally agree with you, but we're going to further expound on that in a bit when we discuss when we discuss Cat's Eye and Meow. Okay, so that's another development. They're going to be working with this guy, and this is they did not. They said most likely a boy band. The thing is that they're already working with Ryan Tedder. Remember, they're working with Ryan Tedder for a boy band. And so I'm thinking, whatever different kind of group this may be, we haven't imagined yet. Hi, Lay Music is okay. She is on Twitter, X. Okay. Carla Girl, you have seen his work. Lucky you, I have not seen his work. I don't know what he has to offer. PD Bang was an NFT, so this seems like it's that same AI online vein. Maybe. I mean, there's no getting away from NFTs. Metaverse, blockchain is just coming. So I guess they're trying to find a way on how to use the technology to their advantage instead of trying to avoid it. Okay, sorry, so they also, so another thing which I mentioned in the beginning, another huge development is the growth of indirect artist involvement revenue. They earned a lot from the IPs. So Mini Teen for 17, that's their own characters. and then Pulbatu for TXT, Tomorrow X Together, Fims Club for La Seraphim, and BB Next Door for Boy Next Door. So between these four, just between these four, this does not even include BT21, Tiny 10, and all the other characters and all the other IPs of other groups under Hybe. They created over 200 SKUs released, and they're very wise in their strategy. And I'm sure that you have noticed this because whenever they release or launch or produce something, it is always pre order because they kind of want to see first how much the demand is going to be, and they will produce based on the demand instead of producing a lot and then doing marketing it in 7,000 different ways just to sell. So I also think that that's going to be the future of merchandising, including fashion, where it's going to be presented to you first before they actually manufacture it. And if you order, then they'll make it. If not, then they won't make it. So, but it is carried. So this merch, all the merch that they're doing under this IP, this they produce over 200 SKUs just on this four. Okay, they didn't mention BT21 actually, and I kind of know why. Now, it's important because indirect any kind of merchandise of companies, it's easy to scale. Now there's growing and there's scaling. Scaling is much more important and also much more profitable. When you grow, what happens is that your revenue grows, but also your cost grows, right? So for example, if you're this is just an example, if you do concerts, if you want to earn more from concerts, you're also going to do more concerts. So your cost actually goes up. But if you scale, your capital remains the same, but you produce more. For indirect artist involvement, that's what happens. They are able to produce more products, but their cost remains the same. Okay, so that's why it's important for them to push the indirect artist involvement, because then the artist can earn more without having to do more. Okay. BTS is a universe on its own. It is the most successful IP from from any artist. Okay, now the one thing that they emphasized is the importance of pop-up events for them. So I don't think the world is ever going to go back to a time when retail stores is the thing. Like if you want to shop, you go to a retail, you walk into a retail store and you shop. That's still going to happen. There will still be times when you will have to walk into a retail store to shop. But I think more and more what's going to happen is that people are just going to settle for online shopping. Now, they're using pop up events not just to sell merchandise, but also to keep the relationship going, but also starve you enough to want more. So, for example, if the stop is in a city for 10, for example, for 1 month, for 1 month in a year, then you can directly walk into the store of BTS and shop, touch products, fit, be able to buy. But then for the rest of 11 months, they're going to starve you. And so you're always waiting for it. And when it comes, you're more ready to buy. And then the rest of the times, you're just going to go online and buy. And that's what happens with Hybe, right? With Hybe artists. If there is a pop-up, everybody falls in line. You go on queue, you wait for days, you wait for hours for your turn. And then the rest of the time, you're just online trying to buy. So for them, pop-up spaces isn't just a retail space, it's actually to keep the relationship going. Okay. Next. This is the pop-up store. This is one of the most beautiful pop-up stores, by the way. The pop-up store of Les Seraphim is always so beautiful. And it's a direct contrast with the pop-up stores of Isle It. So theirs is very sleek, and then Isle It is so happy and so bright. Okay, this is the pop-up store of 17. Okay, I don't know how many BTS pop-ups you've been to, but all right. Now for just a funny thing that happened during the call. So towards the end of the call, they ask the stakeholders, the stockholders, to actually ask questions. So you can ask a question if you are a stockholder. And one of the shareholder representative of Honda actually asked about the new big hit boy band, and it wasn't about marketing, because usually if you're a stockholder, your concern will be like the marketing of it, like how are you marketing this different from how you're marketing your other bands, the business strategy, the rollout. Are you going to concentrate in the usual, like go to Korea and then go to Japan to promote, and then after 2 years try to go to the US, or what is the business strategy? That's not what she asked. She just asked, "Can you tell us more about this boy big hit boy band?" I'm like, "Oh, future Stan." It was just funny that of all the things she could have asked, she asked that. Okay. So people, next time, if you want to ask, if you're a stakeholder, if you're a shareholder, you want to ask a question, ask something a little bit more leaning towards marketing and business. Okay. It was just funny because right after a question, I was like, she's a future stan of the group. They barely mentioned BTS. The only time they mentioned BTS is towards the end when they were enumerating some of the plans that will be happening in the second half of the year. And they just mentioned briefly, like BTS. They mentioned, of course, they mentioned J-Hope, they mentioned Jin, but they didn't mention much on what is going to happen after the reunion of BTS, when BTS actually reunites in June and then July. Nothing. And the stakeholders didn't ask. So I'm thinking, is this understood among them that BTS won't be talked about? But it was funny. It was like a plague. They avoided it like a plague. Okay, my prediction. I think eventually they're going to create a Hybe theme park where there is a stadium in the middle, and concerts are going to be held there, not just of Hybe artists, but it's going to be like the size of the stadium, like SoFi, 80,000, 100,000. And then they can rent it out to other artists who can do stadium concerts as well, and then around them will be the different universes of the groups that they're building out. That's my guess. So there will be exhibits, clothes of the artists, things that they wore, the trophies and stuff like that. I think they're going to do that for South Korea. And then I think the trajectory of every Hybe group is South Korea in the first year and first 6 months, and then move to Japan. And then on the second year, that's when they start actually going after the North American market. It seems to be the trend. That seems to be the trajectory, the actual movement of the groups. So, and I think it was probably because of BTS. Remember the first sign of success actually happened in they actually saw it in 2014 KCON, which is a year after BTS, after 1 year into BTS's career. And then second year was when they released Fire and they realized, oh, okay, we actually have a chance. And that's when they actually made their big move in the US. They hired a publicist, which was a very good move for them because that opened a lot of doors for them. And then when they were firmly established, fired the publicist and went on their own. Okay. Um, the other prediction that I have that I didn't have enough time to actually put down here is for BTS members. I do think that the plan was for they, at least also based on what heard of J-Hope in his interview with ZANE LOWE, is that they're fully committed to actually coming back together as seven. And I think to a certain degree they will always stay seven, but there's also that understanding that after they do their seven activities, their OT7 activities, they're going to come back to do their individual activities. And I think more and more we're going to start seeing BTS in a very exclusive sort of market, meaning I think they are going to continue directly communicating with their fans, but I don't think there will be a lot and then they're going to be very picky on their interviews, on the guestings, shows that they will be appearing on, but it will be primarily direct to fans. So I think for BTS and the members as an IP will forever be like an elite kind of IP for Hybe. And I think that's why Hybe has been adamant in not mentioning them in their presentation, because that's their way of positioning BTS above everyone else. Like you can't put them in the same league because they're different. And also, just to remember always that Big Hit is actually a private company. So, okay, I thought they were music producers too. They were. Are you talking about the members of the new boy band? Yes, they're also music producers. OT7 will be occasionally gathering. I think they will, and also based on what J Hope said, it feels like they are. I mean, in my delusional world, I'm hoping that they will do something every festa, and it doesn't have to be all of them all of them seven together, but like something every festa. There's something from BTS. But I think, and I also think like eventually some of them will get married, or just want us a quieter life maybe. So, um, what do you think? Okay, this is an interesting question. So, what do you think about what BP and Red Velvet members did, like have their own company or going somewhere else, but still being in the group? Why will they do that when they already built Hive? The thing about Red Velvet and BP is that they didn't make the company. They didn't make Hive. BTS made Hive. You can say it in whichever way you want to say it, but that's the truth. They made Hive. So why go somewhere else when here's the company that you made? And so big that it became the fourth largest music label in the US less than 10 years after you made it. So no, I don't think that's the right way of looking at it. I think the proper way of looking at it is that they are nurturing the company that they started. Now, what do I think about what they did? It is healthy for them. I remember Lisa mentioned in one of her interviews that the main reason she decided to move away from YG for her solo career is that YG wasn't providing her enough support as a solo performer, like a solo artist. So I get that. Like Lisa obviously is very committed to what she's doing. You can question the quality of her art, but you cannot question her dedication to it. She loves what she does. And so if she feels that she is not being given enough attention, then that I think was the right move for her. So, and that's the same thing is true for the rest of Blackpink members. I think they kind of knew that if they stayed with YG doesn't have a good track record. Actually, no other company has a good track record in maintaining and sustaining the success of their idols post group success, right? So I think they knew that YG doesn't have the capacity and probably not even interested in building up individually, and so they moved up. So I admire them for their heart, for their brains. It takes a lot of brains to actually do what they're doing. So that means they're very, very smart. They know what they want and they went for it. And the same thing is true with Red Velvet. In all honesty, in terms of talent, I think Red Velvet individually, they're some of the best, the most talented in the business. But again, because SM is not specifically a company that sustains their artists post group peak, it isn't a good fit for them if they're already thinking about the future. And then the other obvious thing is that these are women. Some of them are probably planning on having their own families. And, in South Korea, they're very conscious about their age. They have to get married to a certain, up to a certain age or whatever. So, and SM has never demonstrated that they have what it takes to actually push their members. In fact, if you look at even they was a member, the name of the leader of Girls' Generation, they something, the leader of Girls' Generation. I mean, she's one. At least South Korea considers her one of the best vocalists, and she's not being supported enough. She's being supported, but she's not being supported enough. If you are a great vocalist, she should be bigger by now, but she's not, because I think SM is just not that company that is set up to actually help their artists. They don't look past the group peak. So it's the right move for them, and I really wish them luck. I love Red Velvet. I love many of their songs to this day, and I've actually Taeyeon. There you go. That's her name, Taeyeon. So there's this. I was interviewed for one article in Yahoo, and they were asking for some recommendations for songs from K-pop, and I actually mentioned Monster, the song of Irene and Solgi, and I specifically mentioned that this is one of the most underrated songs globally of all time, because that's how great I think the song is. They just never marketed the right way. Um, can you help us get a mass email sent out to Hybe and Weavers to request larger size BTS merchandise? Ah, larger size BTS merchandise. Mass email sent out to Hybe. What do you mean? You want me to write the email? The email I can give you the is that what I'm not sure what your specifically what help you want from me. All the BTS members are also stockholders of Hybe. They are altogether they're the fifth largest stockholder of Hybe. Is there an army website where we can connect with others going to same concert? Miss Kim, you can go and be a member of my Patreon. So, we do have a group there. So right now we have New York, LA, Dallas. I don't have one for Tampa, but I can create one, and then I'm creating one for Europe. So there is. Just go be a member of my Patreon. There is a free tier. And even in the free tier, you'll be able to be a part of those groups. So just go there, Miss Kim. Larger t-shirts, clothing is what she is talking about. Okay, yeah. Yes. Yes, I can help you. Just DM me or in Patreon. It's better in Patreon. Just message me in Patreon. Um, Fire Butterflies, Sal Mart is asking how she can connect with you. Lily, are you on WhatsApp? Yes, she is on the Dallas group. She is there. Oh, I'm not sure if she's in the Dallas group. I know she's in the LA group. I need to connect with LA group on Patreon. Are you in Patreon? That's the first question. If you're on Patreon, then you will see the link to join the group, the LA group. If you're in Patreon, you will see the link. If you don't see it, just ask somebody there, like where is the link, and someone will respond to you. We do need we now require approval to be able to join the group because someone spammed us, so we got burned. So now we're requiring approval. So just stand by. Just say that you're the one joining, and we will accept you in the group. Okay. I think BTS will focus on group activities first and foremost, but they will also continue their solo endeavors. But they will get together more than just for Festa, what we have been waiting for otherwise. I think for definitely for the comeback, that's more than just a Festa. After that, I do think it's not going to be as active as we are used to. Yes, I'm on Patreon. Just got to do it. Okay, so if you're on Patreon, you can just in the town hall or in the town hall just ask someone like what's the link to join the LA group. They'll give you the link and you can join. And then you just need to mention because the admin of that group will look at who is this. They need to approve you. Because as I've said, someone spammed us. So they just need to know who is it is that's joining. I think some of the boys may be in Jin's concert. He may pull a Yoongi, tease them back in. I hope so. I really hope so. I hope so. So I will be going to Europe. That's why I'm missing LA. I will miss my LA group. I really wanted to, spend longer time with you guys because the first one it was just so chaotic. We didn't really have a lot of time to bond. Ate Fairly, I want to be a paid member in your Patreon, the legacy, but it is sold out. Ah, yeah. The legacy won't be accepting any more members. So it's platinum and diamond. Yeah. Platinum, you'll get almost everything in platinum. A Brown, I think wager competition. Or just message me, Joanne. I think wager competition would be cute, but you're probably like, okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, they have questions about the Hybe report. J Hope and I both drink um, this kind of water, carbonated water. So we like flavored water. So club soda, I guess, is how I know how to call it. We both drink club soda. He said that he drinks club soda even when he's eating his regular meal. Will J-Hope have an encore in Seoul? It seems like it because the current count of his concert is 31, but he keeps on saying 33. So that means there are two more. So Debbie said you don't charge enough. Ah, thank you. I always want it. I prefer that people feel they're not paying enough versus people feeling they're not that they're paying too much. So I will take that as a compliment. But I value that. I value that. And you certainly aren't the first person who has told me that. Like that you're shortchanging yourself. So yes, I value that input. Thank you, Debbie. I'm from DMVA area. I really think BTS will follow a Western pattern in the future, group project every 3 years or so. I'd be happy if it's every 3 years. I'd be happy with that. You kind of need 3 years in between. I mean, just for practicality's sake, you kind of need 3 years because there's seven of them doing activities. And I also think I'm going to talk about this later, but I do think in the future, some of their activities will actually overlap. You just won't be able to avoid it. Someone said in the report that they listed 33. Yes, that's why people are already certain that he has two encore concert because the current count is 31 stops. It's not 31 stops, 31 concerts, 31 dates. But he keeps on saying 33. J-Hope said 33. The report said 33. So I guess by now it's a given there's an encore. Um, there were so many army in Qatar for J-Hope. Nilanville, is there an update on your book? I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, I keep on saying that. So it's always ready for an update. I'm about to update you guys, and then I just keep on running out of time. So what I want to do. Okay, so here's something. So I'll be real with you guys. I think one of my struggles is that I don't ever want the community to feel. So I've built this primarily because of BTS and then by extension Asian entertainment and culture, right? Because when I recommend other artists, I post about Asian culture, I post videos about Asian culture, I update you on things that's happening in Asia. So that's kind of what the heart of the community is. The one thing that I don't want people to say or people to think is that I'm taking advantage of the community by promoting my own work. And so that was like a constant struggle that I had. So one of the things I think that I've sort of realized is the only way I'm going to feel comfortable sharing my work if I isolate them. If I isolate them from whenever I give you updates on BTS, Asian entertainment, interesting things that's happening in Asia, interviews, I will isolate it from that. Meaning, if I do a stream on other things, then I can talk about my book, the works that I'm doing, but not when I'm doing all of these things because it kind of just doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm taking advantage of the market that's here for another reason. And so that's my spiel. Okay. All right. Um, it's okay, Fairlane. Hopefully, for OT7, we can see each other in a suite, have fun in other places that you're going for Gin Store. I really hope so. I really hope so. And I really hope that we can see each other in December or November when BTS starts their activities. I really am planning to go to Korea. So, Ophelia's take advantage, Fairlane. Okay, let's talk about his interview, shall we? Did you love the interview? I think this is one of the most respectful interviews that I've ever watched. That this is He's one of the most respectful and one of the most intelligent interviewers that have done an interview on BTS. Even his interview with Jungkook was really really good. So I hope that he does more interviews with the boys. So if you want to watch the interview, it is on YouTube. It's uploaded in full. So just go search for J-Hope Zane Lowe interview and you will see it. But I think one of the best things about the interviews is that he was actually able to dig deeper on J Hope as an artist and a person without actually intruding his personal life, right? Because that's like the balance that nobody seemed to be able to strike. Like if you want to ask something personal, it seems so intrusive. But here he was able to do it because even though he's asking about J Hope's family, he's still asking about their reaction to his success and to his fame. So I like that he was able to tread that line. He was like, I'm going to ask about your family, but it will still be in relation to your work. Okay. He even asked about his childhood, but he was still very, very respectful. One of the best questions I heard anybody ask about an artist from, sorry, one of the best questions I've heard someone ask an artist is, are you able to take it in? Because I feel it's so important for anybody who's going through such a rush, such a beautiful, beautiful experience. It's important to be in the moment. And I think him just asking it was also, it could have, I don't know for sure, but I don't Atifirian, love your letter for BTS, thank you. Okay, so I wish, I'm hoping that it also sort of move something in J Hope to make sure that he's present in what he's doing because it's an important part of his career. He is the first Asian native artist to sell out a stadium in the US. No one has done it yet, just him. And so for him to be able to do that, I hope that it's such a big thing because he's really moving mountains. But I hope that he's able to be present and to actually know and appreciate what he's doing. I remember Lea Salonga, she is the original Kim. She played Kim in West End in London when Miss Saigon first opened. And then she eventually played Kim in Broadway. Later on, she was asked about the experience and she talked about it. And then in the end, she said that the one thing that she regrets is that she was not fully present in the experience because she was too young to actually appreciate the importance of what she was doing. And so it wasn't until later on did she appreciate just how important she was doing. So I hope that this question sort of struck something in J Hope for him to know that what he's achieving is very, very important, not just for him, but for other Asian artists as well. So he did say that, J Hope did say that now I feel like I'm in a really good place. So it seems, so his answer was that he was so eager to be able to complete the tour successfully. And now that he's actually done with North America, he's in a really good place. So he said that since having completed my military service, by the way, it's not an exact translation. If you have a friend who's Korean, ask them to translate. It's always better if it's a local Korean speaker that's translating. I've been thinking a lot about, you'll just miss a lot of the depth of what they're talking about. So I've been thinking a lot about how much I've changed before and after my military service. Okay. I just screen capped some of the things that they were talking about because if I play it here, YouTube is going to block me. So, and made me realize the importance of the work that I do. So for him, he's fully present. And one of the major takeaways that he's gotten from this entire experience is that he loves what he does and that he's happy that he's doing what he is doing. Okay. J-Hope was so relaxed and spoke freely. And yeah, and he even expressed that he was actually excited about the interview. My time in the military, so this is when he said that he experienced a different life. So now, because he said, I experienced a different life in the military, but one of the things that I have experienced that I realized is that I am grateful that I am able to work with the I am able to do the work that I'm doing, and that I am approaching it with far more gratitude than I used to. So I thought it was um such an important part, because it is very hard to be thankful to continuously, just like what Zane Lowe said. It's hard to maintain gratefulness, because remember, like, at some point when you're unemployed, all you want is work. Like, you'll get whatever opportunity will come first, you'll jump at it because you just want to work. And then when you get that work and stress sets in, you don't get promoted, you're given work that you don't want to do, you're kind of like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? So staying grateful is one of the most difficult things to do. And so when Zane Lowe asked that, I thought it was such an important question to ask, but also a very sensitive and smart question to ask, because not a lot of people have the awareness of that. And then J-Hope actually said you start with the people that are very close to you, which I thought that was an intelligent question, and he it was an intelligent answer, because J-Hope essentially said a lot of people are dreaming of doing something big, when you can just start with what you have right in front of you. You know, your staff, your fans, your family. Okay. Next, so he said, like, gratitude is something that always stays with me, uh, and that he starts with the people that are closer to him. And then Zane Lowe asked, have you always wanted to achieve something big? Because he was asking about J Hope's childhood. And he said that he has always been, you know, how some people make you feel bad for something, for wanting something big. And he said for him, he never felt that way, because because of his home, the environment at home helped him shape that kind of attitude. That his home, his parents actually shaped him to be ambitious and to want for something bigger. And so I thought that was like, he was able to ask something personal because this is about his family, but it wasn't intrusive. So I wish a lot of people, a lot of journalists and interviewers would know that balance. Ask something personal, but don't be intrusive. So, and then the other thing that he mentioned is the name J Hope. I know the solos and the haters will forever blame Big Hit for giving him this personality, the hopeful, bright personality. But J Hope himself said that after I came up with the name J Hope after debut, he's never regretted it. He's never regretted the thing that came with it. And he's never, burdened. He actually never felt burdened about it. So again, that's very different from what the solos want you to believe. But right from his mouth, he said he's never felt burdened about it. Um, in fact, he said that his family, because another great question from Zane Lowe was when he asked about the fun side of their journey, because a lot of people still talk about their hardship. We've known about their hardship, and we should never let people forget about it. But I thought it was a great question to ask him about the fun part of their journey. Like, okay, we know that you work hard, we know that you've gone through a lot of things, but what is the fun part of your journey, from where you came from to your success? What is the fun part of your journey? And he said that um uh J Hope said that one of the things that they value is, one, they're able to do what they actually love doing, um and that second is that they have found the value, they found the fun in the hardships. So even though they were going through a hard time, they were still having fun because they know it's a part of their entire journey. And then going back to the parents thing, Zane Lowe actually asked him, I switched the questions here, but Zane Lowe actually asked him, like, he like you must have asked, your family must have asked you about what your experience about being this big, like what do you say and what does your parents say about it? And he said that his parents, and this is a very Asian thing to say, he said that his parents would always tell him, think of the responsibility of what you do, so think of the burden of being this famous, take it seriously and be confident. So very Asian. Okay, that's I've discussed this, so let's breeze through this. Okay, another thing. So Zane Lowe also asked, like, what part of your career and your artistry has had the most growth whenever since you did your very first release? And he said that his releases have actually traced the color of his time, relevant to his time, the color relevant to his time. So first he released Hope World, which was all about brightness and happiness. And then he released Jack in the Box, which was about the darker side of him. And after all of that was done and he did it successfully, he thought maybe I should go and return to the root of my music. And then he released Hope on the Street. So for the first time, a journalist actually asked J Hope about his journey. They have no other journalist has actually asked that, but finally someone actually asked him about the his journey. And then I thought this was a fun question, and I think he dodged it, not really dodged it, but he gave enough. J Hope gave enough without actually giving too much. So Zane Lowe also asked, like, when they learned about your collaboration with Pharrell, what did they say? And he was like playful about it. He said like the boys will probably doing like, oh my god, that was such a big act, I should do better and whatever. And J Hope said that they were excited about me. He said something else, but when he talked about BTS, they were very very excited about me, and they said great things about Pharaoh because they all liked him and they all admired him for everything that he has achieved. So I thought he gave just enough without actually giving too much. So he said the other members of BTS talk about how much they respected him. They respect how BTS respected Pharaoh. And then he also asked another perspective that I really wanted to know about is how was it serving in the military coming from a very large success? Because it wasn't like he was unknown and just starting his idol career and then served. He was actually already very successful and then he served. So how was it to go into that barracks, having to undress and take a shower in front of like 14 other men? How does it feel that in there you're not J Hope? And he said that for him, I this is paraphrasing it, but he said it was serving was a very important part of his responsibility as a male in Korea, because he values a lot of things in his country, and the only way that they're actually retain that freedom is if people like him will serve. So at the end of it, though, he emphasized that it made him even more grateful and excited to go back to his music. So I thought that's a great way of talking about the service, being polite, but at the end of it, also talking about, I just want to make music. Like, maybe if I was given a chance and asked a question whether I want to serve, I will not serve. So he said, in many ways, so this was it. Like I heard a lot of good things. This is was he was talking about his experience in the military. So in the end, I think the most important thing was for all the years, for all these years is incredibly meaningful. His years of actually doing music is incredibly meaning to him, and at the end of it he said, I can't wait to share great music. So he just really wanted to go back to actually making music and performing. And then Zane Lowe also asked him, who is J Hope at this very, very moment? And he said some things, but I think the one word that would summarize what he said is that he's grateful. That's what he is as an artist right now, because he's touched by the kind of support that he's getting from armies. And so that's what he is. And that he's able to still have the opportunity to do the things that he loves. And then the last part is, after experiencing success, what would you like to do differently when you come back together as BTS? And again, J Hope answered intelligently a very intelligent question: the music that we create as BTS. A lot of people, especially the haters, wouldn't want this, but the truth is that he said, I believe that there is music that we can create as BTS. But when we start to come out with the with our solo projects, we started thinking more about what other stories we can tell, because now they have experienced different things and achieved different things, and the music that we can create. But once they come together, I think we'd found a healthier way of doing it, and that is doing different things on their own but still coming together as a group. I'm curious to see how it'll look like when they make music together. So I think at the end of it, Zane Lowe said something very, very important that a lot of people must hear. After your success as individual artists, my God, this, I just love him for saying this. He said, after your success as individual artists, the decision to come back again as seven must mean this time it's voluntary, that you are coming back because you want to be back together again, that we're friends, we want to continue making music together. And J Hope agreed, and he said, I think it's important to respect each other's point of view, but and it's really about the fact that we all want this. And so this is him making a statement saying, we are not forced, nobody has to do this, it's just that they all want the same thing, that BTS as a group wants to come together again as BTS. And I'm like, thank you for saying that. A lot of people needs to hear it. A lot of people need to hear it, because a lot of people keep on talking about he's successful, he doesn't need to come back as a BTS member. He's better as a solo artist. He can hack it on his own. But there you go. J Hope himself, the guy, the very first Asian native artist who sold out a stadium in North America, is saying they're doing it because they want to do it, not because they have to. So I love the interview. Please watch it. If you search BTS solo as J Hope and Zane Lowe interview, you will find it. So whenever somebody, I want to screen cap, I'm going to do a video of that part. And whenever somebody talks about a member having to go solo or whatever, I'm just going to post it. Okay. La Gatita. This is making me tear up. Wait, my computer. So my computer is starting to overheat. So I always have to put like a cold blanket. 1 second. Okay. It should do the trick. Um Bang Luna. Uh Jimin hit me in my musical feels, but Jin just inserted himself in there too. It was great, as I said before. I feel like that sad last Festa dinner was very telling how emotional they all were. They are a family. Yeah, I think if there's like I personally think there are two very important parts in this interview. One is there are a lot actually. Almost every question that Zane Lowe asked is so important. But I would say that the two most important parts would be his question about where J Hope is as an artist right now, because he gave J Hope to a chance to just really say how he is as an artist, where he is at this point in his career, solo career. And then the second most important question he asked was about that, when a BTS coming back together as a group, that this is voluntary, that they're doing it because they actually want to, not because they have to. And it gave J Hope to also a chance to also articulate that this is our choice, that we don't have to. You're right, we don't have to, but this is all we all agree that this is important for all of them. Okay. Good night, Alina. Good night, Beth. I think Jin of Kian's Bazaar B&B has my heart. Something about him being so stable in the chaos. I love it. He's always been stable in the chaos. Even when he's the one causing chaos, he's still very, very stable. There is a reason he is the favorite traitor, the favorite spy, of the staff of Run BTS, because it's just always so stable. All of the guys have consistently said they want to still be together when they are Bangtan papas and grandpas. Only those not listening to the guys would think otherwise. Solo and group work together. We will look at the interview after the live. Yes, please. Please. And then for the Hybe report, if you just want to listen to the English part of the interview, I will upload it on Patreon. And but you can access it in full on Hybe's website. It's still there. They don't take it down. So all the other call report is also there. They're also there. Okay. I hope they will give another festa dinner and it will be so different, filled with joy and lots of stories of armies. One of the things that I have fun imagining is how is it going to be after, because there are two. So RM and V are going to be done with their service almost at the same, well, the same day. Basically, they come out at the same day. So I'm thinking, like, are they going to do a joint one, or is it going to be one after the other? They are in different from different groups in the military, and then it's going to be Jungkook and Jimin. And like, are they going to? What are they going to do? Are they going to do a live? So I'm having fun imagining that. That's how I pass the time, so that I don't get impatient with the days. And then and then I'm trying to imagine what they're going to do. Like, how are they going to do it with one of them being they have to wait for the last one for 10 more days. So will they be there altogether? He's not going to be discharged the usual way because he's a public service worker. So I don't think he would want the six members to be outside the base when he clocks out at 5 o'clock or whatever it is that he does. So yeah, they're going to be so unhinged after the military. If they say like, okay guys, I'm sorry, but the things that we're going to talk about are going to be so private, you're gonna have to pay $100 to listen. I would still pay just to listen to their stories. I really want them to just really let it out, but I think they're gonna hold back. I'm sure they have been in contact with each other. Oh yeah, it seems so. It seems that they've briefly talked about it. It's on Apple Music. Yeah, it's on Apple Music. It's on YouTube. So I think once Namjoon gets out, he will be in every live for every member's discharge live. RM is the one. Yeah, I can feel that RM really, really wants to be back. I also feel that he's the one who least like it. Maybe, I don't know. He was least hesitant. There's always something when it's not a voluntary thing. Like, it's easier when you're doing it voluntarily, but when you're being just told that you have to do something, it's not easy. Okay. I wonder how many stories they can actually. I hope each gets a chance. I hope each gets a chance to their MS Exit Live alone so they can talk about their experiences. As for Fest, I imagine we will get something, even though Suga not out yet. Maybe I think so. We will get something. Whether or not they will do a live, just the six of them is a question. But I think we will get something. All right, so. Although I have to say, the way that RM did it is so intelligent because he decided to develop a separate skill while in the military. It was like, okay, you're forcing me to be here. I might as well learn something new. He's the most vocal about not wanting to be in the military. Yeah, he is the most vocal. Have you heard the song of the latest releases of KATSEYE and Meow? Can't wait for the next run, Jin 33. We are getting actor Jin. I hope he does I hope he acts. Him and actually I hope all of them will do like something. I remember Jungkook saying that BTS took inspiration from Shina for their longevity group. As a group, a Shina member told him that they have to put their egos aside and think of the group instead. Yeah. So I think it was Minwoo who told him that the success of every member helps in the success of the group, and the success of the group helps in the success of every member. And they sort of listened to that. It was actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but it was Shina who told them to do the seven, the hand sign. It was Shina who told them. They said you need the hand sign. And you know how that happened? They were they were in the same music show together, and they were so loud. BTS was so loud that Shina asked them to come to their to their dressing room, to their green room, to talk to them because they were so loud. And Shina was like, "Who is that loud group?" So they asked BTS to come, and so BTS apologized for being loud and whatever. And then Shina let's ask them questions, and then they Shina told them like, "Why do you not have your introduction?" So that's how they came up with that. With that, they don't do the hand sign anymore. They've kind of outgrown it. They don't need it anymore. They were in the hallway being loud in voice. Yes. They were like, "Why are you guys so loud?" It's not like they were scolding them. It's just like, "You're loud. Why are you loud?" Yeah. So it was Shina. Shina was a good like that. I think that was a good session for them to be able to talk with Shina. Um, I saw Manon talk about, oh my God. So Manon did a live stream. So he talked about one of the BTS members who he thought was J Hope. Many think it was Suga. And she was like, "Oh, hi." And that BTS member was like, "Who, what?" And her group members told her later on, "That's not him. That's a different member." So okay. But the other thing in her live is that sh her fans actually gave her links to AO3 to fanfics, and she read it. She read some parts. She actually read some of the fanfics while she's doing a live stream. So she was like, one of the many of her fans were like, "No, no, don't read it." And then some of the fans were like, "Go ahead and read it." But she was like, "I'm gonna read it." And then after she finished one, or at least she probably finished page one or whatever, she was like, "Give me more. I don't like this." She was asking for more recommendations because she said like, this is not it. Give me more. Uh so yeah. So she read more. So some of the people that are on the live stream actually gave her more links to more to more fanfics, and she read more. But her name is pronounced Manon. Manon? Manon. Manon is so funny. What did she? Nice impersonation of Sugar Fairly. Okay. It was just so funny. Like she was reading the fanfics while she was live, and people were either panicking or laughing about it. And she was like, no, this is not it. Give me something else." I thought after reading the first, she was like, I'm done with this. I'm not gonna read it. But no, she was like, "Give me something else. This is not it." She's like, "Oh no, what?" Okay, she's funny. Okay. All right. So what did you think of their music? What did you think of their new song? It would be chaos if the six will turn Suga's discharge an epic thing by being actually there, uh just there just to tease Suga as it's their actual reunion. This has been a great live. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Fireball. I hope you feel better. I will read your story, a story that you posted on Patreon later. Gotta go. Good night, MLB. I'm starting to feel very tired. I'm going to go. Good night. Good night, Evie. If I had fix of me, I'd read them too. If I had fix of me, where's that? If I had fix of me, I'd read them too. I'm too curious with how I'm being written. You didn't get what? I did not. I need to go to bed, guys. Good night. Got to go. Good night. Good night, Evie. Good night. I like their you like their new MV. This is new. You're one of the few who actually said you do you like the MV and the song. Did you like the song or just the MV? I feel like there's context to Cat's Eye song that I'm missing, but the clean version would make a great theme song if they ever decide to revamp Totally Spies. So thoughts on Gnarly? Yeah, thoughts on Gnarly. That's what I want to know. Their song. I need to watch the newest release. I liked it a lot and the chorus stuck in my head. But then again, I'm an icon. I can see why people are shocked though. You're an icon. Okay, so I actually have two perspectives on this. Haven't heard Meow and Cat's Eye. Will give them both a listen. I have two perspective on this. Um, when I first listened to Gnarly, I also didn't get it. But it's not that I think it was horrible. It was more like I do not get this music. I just don't get it. And so, and I think I reacted that way because I kind of get the fact that they are catering um to a new market, and that market is not me. This is the market of TikTok. This is the market of of Gen Alpha and the young Gen Z, but primarily Gen Alpha. And this generation, the Gen Alpha generation, has never existed without social media the way that we know it today. And as much as I hate how music, I don't know if you've listened to the was it Station Head? What was it? So Pablo said that one of his juniors were given guidelines on how to make a hit song. And those guidelines include it has to be short, the intro has to be short, you sort of just have to go right into what it is that you're singing about. It has to be, no one has time for complicated and complex lyrics, it has to be simple, easy to remember, and it has to be good as a lifestyle video background. So, getting ready videos, putting on your makeup videos, cooking videos. So, all of those things, you have to imagine your song to be good for those. And when I heard about this, I'm like, oh, damn. Is that how you do music? Is this how you do music now? Like, this is no, this is not for me. But I also am in touch with the reality that even though I don't like it, does not necessarily make it wrong. I simply do not like it. It's just for me. It's not just for me. I guess I'm very much in touch with that because that's my work. Day in and day out, I deal with people that I need to market to different segments, different. And so I have the ability and the responsibility to sort of understand how they think. I also did an interview with an investor who is a millennial, and she specifically said that when she was young she would hear older people say, oh my god, this young generation is doing this and that, and why are they doing this, questioning everything that they are doing. And to her, she was so shocked because to her it wasn't something new, it was just something that she would do. And so I know that for a lot of younger people, it's not intended to be disrespectful to the art. It's not intended to be a rebellion against what the older generations are used to. It's just what they do. And so when I heard this song, the first thing that I remember was Tablo talking about the guidelines on how to create a hit. And I immediately said, holy crap, this is that song. This is that song. This song was created specifically to become a hit for that generation. And if you listen to the song, there's a lot of moments. There's a lot of moments. Like you can pick specific lines and you can put it in different lifestyle videos on TikTok, on YouTube shorts, on whatever, and it'll work. But is it going to be an anthem of my life? Probably not. But it is going to work. So I get it. I get what they're trying to do. It is not the kind of music I would listen to. It isn't even the kind of music that I would bear to listen in its totality, even though it's only 2.5 minutes, less than 2.5 minutes. But I get it. And I also get that it's not for me. And that is my review. um, okay. So that being aside, the only beef I have with this entire thing is that you have probably the strongest vocalists ever assembled in a group, and no one sang in that in this song. No one sang, and I'm like, I was so looking forward because I've heard them do a cappella, I've heard them do all sorts of vocal acrobatics. I'm like, my God, this group is just impressive vocally. And no one freaking sang in the music video, in that single. And like, okay, so this, I guess, is what we're going to do. This is it. This is where we're headed. The music is, this is where it's headed. So I guess me and my old taste is on its way out. And I guess my genre or my taste will exist for as long as I am alive. And then it's just a time will come in about probably 10 years. The music that I am listening to and the music that resonates with me will just be too old for many people. And they're going to listen to music that I will never appreciate, but it doesn't mean that it is horrible. It simply means that that is not my type of music. so so let's see. I mean, go ahead and listen to it. Just I hope you can take my word as a warning, not really a warning, but like a preemption, a preamble on what it is that you're going to be getting yourself into. So, so yeah, it's not for me. No, I don't think so. I feel we will hear different. You will hear different one. I was shocked listening to it. It is as bad as sticker. I agree. I want them to sing like a freaking power ballad already. Well, that's also what I want. I mean, um, Fairy Lane, they will grow into your type of music. I don't know. um, okay, lame music. Your messages. No, I don't think so. I will feel we will hear. I feel we will hear different one song. Again, at least Sticker has singing. I guess that's my only issue. That this is probably the strongest vocalist, like as a group, this is the strongest they have ever assembled in terms of vocal. And nobody sang in that song. I was waiting. I was looking forward to it when they said that this is going to be the official single, like their first official release. I was like, oh, great. I mean, this is some of the strongest vocalists. They're probably going to impress me with whatever it is that I'm going to do, that they're going to do. And nope, nobody sang. So that's my take. It's actually the same for Meow. For Meow, it was just a lot of people are saying that the song is actually a leftover of like a reject of 21 and Blackpink. In terms of lyricism, it is. In terms of musicality, it is not. But it is right around the same range as what Cat's Eye is doing. They're catering to a market that is very much not me. I think I've mentioned that I love them because I like Ella. Um so yeah, when I heard it, it was the same. I was like, okay, this is it. This is where music is headed. I'm sad. uh, okay. BTS spoiled us. I think they are differentiating themselves from how people view K-pop, even though they are based in the US under HYBE. People may be assuming it will be similar. Except, I guess K-pop is TikTok music. I've always said BTS is not K-pop, but I've listened to Meow, very YG, very well. It's Teddy. Is it another Teddy song? It is another Teddy song. So basically, if you just read the lyrics of the song, it's another Blackpink 21 song. 21 has a little bit more depth. It's very much a Blackpink song. Who are those pretty girls? Meow. This on the so cat's eye on your on your left, cat's eye on your right is Meow. I'm also grieving the direction music is heading. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just probably it's the same mantra our parents told us when they were hearing the type of music we were listening to when we were younger. It's probably to them it was like, oh my god, what's happening to music? Why are you singing these songs? So I guess it's the same thing for us. Now that we're hearing the songs of the younger ones, we feel the same way. 21, yes, I agree. 21 has much better lyrics. 21 has much better lyrics. I agree with that. Slow Rabbit has Love Language by TXT coming out. He can redeem himself. He can redeem himself indeed. I think they will have a festa when Suga comes out. The other members will say hi on June 10 and June 11. I will be there at HYBE building in June, South Korea. Please let us know about it. Do a live stream. XG is a girl group making good music right now. I highly endorse XG. I should do a reaction in XG. They're really good. They really are good. Okay. All right. It's past 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. Thank you, people. Thank you so much. I still have one topic that I wasn't able to talk about, but two. I'll probably do that in the next live stream. Let me know if you have any message to me, if is there anything that you want to tell me or questions you want to ask. Do that. Leave them in the comment section below. Please join my Patreon. There is a free tier. You can message us there. You can join our community, the different communities there. And then follow me on X and also on IG. And please like the video. Please like the video. Please like the video. There are 293 on X that are watching and 434 on YouTube that are watching. So please like the video. Like. Thank you. Bye. If you delete my Patreon conversation with Bernard, just FYI. Okay. I don't know what